Vici Gaming versus Empire. Just making sure you didn't forget the best tournament of the year. Of last year,
I did not.
Say. Good.
Best tournament of the year so far, definitely Captain's Draft.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is technically true.
The best kind of.
What do you think of these lineups, Mike?
I think Vici kind of somewhat salvaged it towards the end. I didn't really like their first Naga, Maiden, Shadowfiend, and then especially when they picked Abaddon, I was like, they need something to lock down with, to set the fights on their terms, get something going, instead of getting all the initiatives to Empire and having to counterplay the whole game. So I went for Wraith King, and I think that was, in the pool what was remaining, that was probably the best pick, so they kind of salvaged it. That said, though, I feel like Empire's lineup is easier to execute, it's more intuitive, how to play it, what to do, and in addition to that, it is a really good Empire draft for them. It's their, like, the CIS tradition of how to play the game with lots of stuns, lots of run at you, fight you, take towers. They have the whole package of stuff that they will.
Yeah,
So,
but you have Skeleton.
I'm feeling Empire this game.
You have Skeletons against Moonglaives. Who win? One is a skill, so you can't kill them.
Yeah.
The other is Skeleton. What do you think of Wraith King's Skeleton? Do you think it's a meme, or do you think it's good?
I think they're pretty good songs.
The problem I have, if I can just take over this conversation,
Yeah,
as
thanks for
usual,
asking, though.
is basically I'm asking you a question so that I can answer what I want to hear.
Yes,
right?
okay.
They have a mind of their own. That's my problem with them. They literally just go farm creep.
So,
have a
on
crush
average,
here.
they will make better decisions.
Slanham is attempting to run away here. Does take considerable amounts of damage. Dual Breath is there. Yoki does have another crush if he can catch up. Of course, he's pretty slow. Does have boots, actually. He's pretty fast. Double boot.
Yeah. Naga is pretty fast. She's an agility hero, so she gets move speed based on agility. Obviously, the patch gave all the Agi heroes -5 base move speed, and then they get a percentage. I can't remember what Naga's move speed was before the patch and after. She's at least pretty fast. Well, to talk about the skeletons, I think... so yes, it's a problem that they're not controllable, but I think if they were, they would probably be too good. Like, you could body block with them, you could creeps around, like, all this kind of stuff.
I agree.
But they're actually really nice for ramping up farm, first of all. Like, early on in the game, Wraith King can farm 2 camps by just using his skeletons on the small camp, and then they will naturally run to the large camp here in the bottom lane. And it gives you some options on killing heroes. You have a stun into slow in your spell, so you can immediately cast your Mortal Strike after that, and the skeletons can get to work. I think they're actually not used that well, to be honest, but Wraith King doesn't get played much in competitive right now.
One day we will see it.
The most important thing about them, and also the most obvious one, is how well they push towers. Yes. It's actually a really big deal. If you leave Wraith King alone in a lane now, he pushes as fast as a Dragon Knight.
Yeah, but then there's a percentage chance that they just go into the neutrals
That
from the
does not
tower.
happen.
It's literally happened to me. I'm talking about the pathing and the
And
AI
you need
with
to
those skeletons.
train your skeletons better.
Yes, I should make a movie about that.
Yeah.
Forget dragons, it's all about the skeletons.
How to train your skelly boys.
Yeah, I don't know, the heroes, it's pretty interesting. Like, the talents that upgrade the skeletons, I feel like are almost never chosen because the opposites are, let's see, what do we have here? 5 max skeleton versus 15 strength. I don't see why you would ever take 5 max
The
skeletons.
level 20 talent, sometimes I found myself taking skeleton damage once or twice because I did not have any way of losing my mana.
I agree. But it's kind of like, it's just like default,
Oh,
right?
that's a kill. Top.
Old 11, or young 11, I should say. It's going to be dropped here. First blood goes away with Silent. That's definitely not the hero that you want to have it if you're Vici Gaming. Crush comes out. Plan
kill.
Bit of trouble here.
I found that I isolated
available.
the right one. Oh, he stopped his attack, Yoku, I think.
I had the crush available, but didn't want to dive any further, though. It's going to be a high impact, or high aggression game, I feel like. Whoa. Whoa there.
This trial...
Jesus.
This trial of
Michael,
Empire is very... Yeah, come on, JJ. Get it together. This lane of Empire is very strong. Any tri lane with Luna in the safe lane against a dual lane or a solo lane will generally just destroy. And Vici Gaming are playing the Crystal Maiden bottom to try to help Wraith King a little bit. He's actually doing fine at this point. I think Maiden can leave. Wraith King has got his level 4. He has a decent amount of regen left to combat this Ion Chill damage. But where do you go with Maiden? Question. I think this, honestly, for me, this hero right now is pretty bad. It's some of the weakest it's ever been. And to make Maiden work even in a Captain's Mode game, you really want a lineup that utilizes Arcane Aura to pressure and win lane. But in this game, you look at the Radiant lineup, they can probably win mid. It's a good Shadowfiend lane. Actually, FN is doing very well for himself.
Yep, 19-3 versus 16-1, so not too shabby.
And the thing you pointed out earlier today, which is actually important for this matchup, is that the Breathe Fire reduces damage done by Shadow Raises as well. And the way Shadowfiend used to win this lane was even when he got Breathe Fire, he would just like triple raise the Dragon Knight when he goes for CS and it would deal so much damage.
I don't think that's the case.
But what's that?
I don't think it reduces all damage. I think it's just your, it's not base damage. It's just all like auto attack. Like if you get, like if you get Divine Rapier, it'll reduce that damage.
Oh right, you're right. Yeah, it doesn't reduce spell. I never played.
It's okay, I do.
I just look at it. It says damage reduction. It's actually, it should say attack damage reduction, right?
I mean, I remember looking it up when it first came out to double check, but because I thought that was super OP if it's all damage. We're gonna have a Frostbite onto the DK. Speaking of him, he's gonna be okay for now. Gets ensnared though. Lan M not gonna pressure any further. So one cool thing about Vici Gaming's lineup against Dragon Knight, obviously DK has tons of armor. You have minus armor from the Shadow Fiend and of course Riptide from Naga Siren. So that, see if that comes into effect at all in this game.
That is true. Good synergy there. Probably you have a good Solar Crest builder as well in Abaddon. Could make for a very fast Roche later.
No money for you.
Yeah, that's something we can look out for as well.
So let's just finish off this chapter on Breathe Fire. The old Breathe Fire was 35% of base.
25.
And the new one is 25% of all. But it's of the physical. Because Breathe Fire was 35, right?
Yeah.
And that was the change. So it was like, it's worse in laning, but better later.
Yep.
And that was the nerf or the intended change. Makes sense.
It makes sense. I mean, that in combination with the talents where you get more damage and attack speed, as we're going to see a kill.
Great kill.
This conversation is way more important than that kill.
Honestly,
DK, he scales way better in the late game. In a lot of ways. Yes. Both damage and obviously damage. Poshka getting harassed here from Young 11. Gets the Aphotic Shield off.
He's got really good levels on that Abaddon.
Oh, mid lane. Oh, double raise with the Frostbite setup. Ghost Stick not there in time. So Vici Gaming,
Quick moves.
able to take out opposing mid.
They kill the Darkseer bottom and they immediately rotate CM mid and get the kill on. Very fast play here from Benrir, finding those openings for his team. As I was getting at, Young 11 is, despite dying top and playing against this tri lane, at least in the start, he's doing very well for himself. He's almost level 5, minute 6. I've seen games of Young 11 where he's playing a Abaddon and he just gets completely trashed in lane and never really seems to come back. This does not look like it's going to be that type of game. It's doing better than the Darkseer, who, to be fair, didn't have a bad lane matchup. Playing Darkseer against Wraith King CM, that's a pretty good lane. So far so good for Vici Gaming as far as the lane stage.
We have a gank attempt here from Vici Gaming, but they are spotted by the creeps. Tier 1 tower taking considerable damage from Paparazzi and company.
Skeleton boys, look at them.
Skeleton boys, let's see how much they do. 37 damage apiece, and of course the Ray Fire Blast will change their target, so that's one good thing you can actually manipulate. So we have a chase here from Young 11. Looks like the dual breath is there. Eclipse as well, the Aphotic Shield, and in the fog right now. One Loosened Beam might be enough with the right click, and down he goes. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Flutter dies and Tier 1 tower goes as well, so it's a trade of sorts.
It's very quick to take the enemy tower minute 7 against Darkseer. They're very good about this. Probably going to see them rotate the Wraith King will maybe get like 4 or 5 skeletons charged up in this Mortal Strike, and they can try and do the exact same play top. Empire needs to be careful not to lose towers too fast. Like, it's always bad to lose towers. And Darkseer losing his tower this early feels really bad, because, you know, a big part of the purpose of your hero is just to shove out lanes. If you lose that control this early, you give up a lot of space on the map.
Top lane, dual breath into Crush, and another easy kill for Empire in this top lane.
That was TP death, by the way. So now someone else has to defend this tower, or it will fall to Empire.
Yeah, I mean, the panel, of course, talks about that the Empire's push is pretty ridiculous.
It's really strong.
Hero, Luna, Dragon Knight, we haven't really seen him pop the ultimate as of yet. Of course, it's been quite crowded in this mid, so to be expected, I suppose.
Shadow raises. Oh,
Yoki
he actually animation cancelled. They will get this kill.
Frostbite coming up.
And one right click. Or raise.
Why bother right-clicking when you can raise style?
Yeah, he has infinite mana anyway with the Maiden, I guess. Doesn't matter very much. And they managed to successfully defend their tower by rotating them. Not too bad here again for Vici. Good thing you pointed out about this Dragon Knight Luna combination. It's actually a classic combination of heroes as cores. Luna wants to group up as 5-man and take advantage of Lunar Blessing and take team fights when she has 2 Eclipse generally. And that's the way Dragon Knight wants to play as well. So Empire have like this natural synergy in this Captain's Draft. Found a classic CM setup. They also have the classic pairing of Darkseer and both Slaughter and Jakiro. That's why I really like their lineup.
Yeah,
just need to get to the stage when...
It's just easier to execute. You have a bit of a window, but at the same time, you still scale pretty well in the late game.
Oh, Miposhka top. Amazing. There is a Frostbite.
Fenrir has Frostbite, and yeah, that's an easy kill again. Paparazzi, level 8 now in the top lane, has 4 skeletons inside his bowels. See if he chooses to expel those or not. Make
Five
that
now.
5 now.
Current maximum.
There they go, Skelly buddies.
Go forth, my boys.
I can't get over that. I still feel like I'm dreaming. You know, the first time I read that patch, I'm like, this isn't real. And I played with it. I've seen it. I still don't feel like it's real. Like, is this like an alternate reality that we're in? Is that possible? Of course, it's actually probable. I'm going to answer my own question again.
Maybe we're all just living in someone else's.
Black Mirror, man. Stuff.
Yep.
Yoku level 4 in the bot lane. They want to pressure this tier 1. Still pretty healthy. Empire's tower will fall first. And we're actually going to be TP back to base. So this might be just given up here. Dragon form is popped.
Yeah, they're not defending this. They're trying to get their own trade-off in mid. Shadow Fiend picking up the Abaddon, who has got his level 6, so borrowed time can be skilled at any point. We'll sometimes see Abaddons do this, where they hold the skill point to see when it's useful to get it. Because the auto trigger obviously goes off at the threshold, but if you skill it later, you can activate it at a different timing. Maybe bait the enemy team a little bit. Right. Or if you feel like it would be completely useless and you would just die, you can also just choose not to skill it in the moment. That's more relevant on Wraith King than
I was
Abaddon.
actually surprised he skilled that right at 6, like right away. He didn't hold it at all. I can't remember the last time I've actually seen a pro not do that before. A little strange.
Oh, Yoko's.
Oh, Wraith Fire Blast into double raise and one last right click as Ori walks away from the explosion. He's going for Yules right now on the Shadow Fiend. Silent has the Mask of Madness. Are we seeing any ancient stacks at all?
I don't think they've had time for it. They've had to
it's been a lot of
stem the
aggression.
bleeding in multiple lanes all the time, and they have pretty strong laning picks themselves, but Vici have put on... They've used the Maiden pretty well. I was very positively impressed with Pen. Also, in my mind, one of the best players in the world on this hero, so surprise that he will find a way to make it work.
So with the Yules on Shadow Fiend, are you expecting him to go kind of the... I like to call it the Weehaw build. I know he wasn't the one that patented it, but the old Yules Blink,
Spellcasting.
Refresher, Spellcast, Shadow Fiend? Or is Yules just one of those items you get early and then go into right click? Is that even a thing?
Generally, the Yules shows a lot about your path. You rarely see a Shadow Fiend get Yules and then go carry after. It's generally either the spell build or the physical build. If you go physical, you mostly see Dragonlance, S&Y, Dragonlance BKB. Shadow Fiend, one of the few heroes that can actually go BKB after a small utility item or build-up item, just because he has so incredibly high damage from Necromastery. But in this case, when he's going Yules, I think, okay, he's actually queuing up BKB. I think we're going to see Yules, BKB, and he played something along. Blink away.
Okay.
1-6.
How fast is BKB activation? It's instant, right? Like 0.0, is there an actual cast time?
So you mean if you can
like
BKB
if you cast
out of Yules?
Yeah, well, if you Yules Dragon Knight and then you try to Requiem with Full,
And he has BKB.
And he has BKB.
I think he will always get the... Maybe you will hit him, like, we're talking frames here.
Yes.
Like, technically, if it's frame perfect, the SF ulti, it might work, but that's, like, almost impossible to do. It takes the same...
Speaking of the Yules, we're going to see only one raise connect this time around. He's going to pop Dragon Form in tow. There's the vacuum into the Ice Path. Not lots of damage coming from Evan, but there's the song.
Uh-oh. It's going to hurt.
Sign is there. Requiem of Souls, not really timed perfectly, but a lot of damage still done.
It could have hurt.
Ghost Stick, the urn is applied. He might die on the backside. It's going to be very close. He's back to base. Be good to go. So slightly mistimed on the song Requiem combo. FN. He's flapping his wings, trying to get away. Fenrir a little bit too slow, but there's the ensnare. Frostbite to follow, I'm sure. Ori, get those raises stacked up. Nice damage. Dragon Tail's there, though. And he's actually might die here. The Yules is going to keep him alive for now. And yeah, okay, that's a death. And they do get the Dragon Knight at the very least, but at what cost? Lanham and Young 11 see the Corrosive Haven come to effect now. Yoki has that level 4 sprint. He will definitely catch up to at least one of them. Unless the ensnare comes out, then that's kind of an issue. Ghost Stick, yeah, no vacuum for quite a while, so actually going to get away there on him. Silent, though, able to get the Lucent Beam. Yoki with one crush. Oh, he's actually going to miss. And here comes the Ray Fire Blast. It's going to be pretty close. The Eclipse is coming.
Oh, the
skeletons are tanking this Eclipse. Oh, these skeletons, you're right, they're great.
Oh, this is not good for Empire, what just happened, that sequence. They should have been able to get way more out of that overextension for Vici Gaming. They dove the Dragon Knight so far into the tower, and they barely got anything out of it. What did they kill? They killed one Shadow Fiend, I think, from that, so it ended up being a trade, but at the same time, Paparazzi got the full tier 2 tower top. He was split pushing. He has gone for a Midas on the Wraith King and still able to put pressure and get the tower. They have a Midas on Abaddon. There is so much farm coming the way of VG Gaming right now, and Empire just not winning the lanes and putting the pressure that they're supposed to. Taken, what's that? They've taken 1 tower minute 14, barely dealt any damage to the mid tower. The top tower is pretty low at least. But yeah, VG Gaming just seems to be a bit ahead on the moves right now.
See the 30 attack speed talent now taken from Dragon Knight. I actually love his talents probably more than... This version of Dragon Knight is my favorite so far in the last probably couple years. You can actually build him more carry-like, I guess you could say.
Yep.
And jump in here, Miposhka takes the Red Fire Blast, there's the ensnare. Ice Path will completely miss. He's just going to place down that Macro Pyre, but really to not much avail is Paparazzi. Quite healthy. Lifesteal up. Gets an Urn Charge on top of that. So this Tier 2 tower with that Curse of Avernus coming into play, they're going to take this out really fast. I mean, they have everything to take out these towers pretty fast, and Roshan. They can sneak Rosh very easily. Like, probably sub 10 seconds at some point.
If they get a crest on Abaddon, probably. I'm not sure Young 11 is going to do that, though. I think it's a bit of a hint with the Shadow Fiend skill build and item build that he might expect the Abaddon to also deal damage later, so we could see a Radiance build from Young 11. He goes damage. Actually, the Radiance is coming up, so they'll only be getting... I guess he will go first.
Oh, we got a Frostbite into Ray Fire Blast. Miposhka might be dead again, and the crit just drops him to the deck. Paparazzi.
That crit is so satisfying.
It is. It's almost like a Calling Blade. Calling Blade probably still #1 in the book. So Yules is going to cancel this TP. Ori doesn't want to take an Eclipse to the face, but not up for another 8 seconds. Lan M gets credit for that kill. So Vici Gaming being quite strong so far in this game.
Damage. Shadow Fiend right now is so scary, and he doesn't even have a damage item, right? Like this.
Yep.
It's just the Yules. Still hit for 100. Shadow
I'm guessing
Race
he goes 40 move
counts.
speed. I mean, pretty much everybody goes that anyway.
Yeah, 40
the real
move speed.
question is level 20.
He could get Presence Aura in this game, actually. Just want to end. Like, the move speed is not that useful when you're standing at the tower. Not as useful, anyway.
I feel like with Yules, though, it's pretty disgusting.
It is sick. At the same time, -6 armor on towers when you're playing a Wraith King strategy is really good.
True.
Yeah, we'll see. The classic spell cleaver build, or whatever you want to call it, is that you go move speed and then you go the Shadow Raise damage. Obviously, that Shadow Raise damage adds to the already buffed Shadow Raises that deal damage stack. And it is good. Medallion? Oh, Roche is probably on the table for each 5 minutes.
I'm worried about Empire this game.
They can win this game.
Double Midas for Vici, and they're winning right now. 6k up. It's just going to increase at this point.
They don't seem to have the best answer for the Shadow Fiend with Abaddon next to him. That is actually the biggest problem. But at the same time, I also... This is a playstyle thing that I feel like I see a lot from Silent more than other carries. The way he plays with his team, I think he's good at joining skirmishes, but doesn't join team fights as well. Like, a lot of the time, Silent will be part of 2 or 3 hero plays. When it comes to the big 5-man plays, a lot of the time he's absent and just farming, and he's trying to get fat while his team is playing like 4 and 4, 4 and 5. In this game, the Luna, I think, needs to play a more combat role than just farming. I don't think they're going to win by this Luna getting a lot of creeps. Has to use Eclipse to get kills. I think they cast 1 Eclipse, and it hit Skeleton.
No, I think they had 1 top lane.
Oh, they used 1 on the Baton. They got on the Baton.
I mean, that's the one... I mean, we did see that, obviously, the Skeleton's tanking. That's one good... I mean, we talked about how they can clear the Skeletons really fast, but Skeletons can also screw up an Eclipse pretty easily. It goes both ways, I suppose.
I like the hero that time. It's a great hero against Luna in general. She has to come in close to deal damage. The Skeletons tank Eclipse. You don't care about getting Eclipse yourself that much necessarily. There goes your prediction. 10-second Roche was, as expected, extremely far off.
I said at some point this game, they will get Roche in sub 10 seconds.
Okay, we'll see if they get a second Roche.
If there's a second Roche, it'll be close. Third Roche will definitely be under 10 seconds.
You're going to be wrong.
I know. And it doesn't count if they get interrupted by somebody. Like if a fight begins, that doesn't count.
Oh, so now it's conditional too.
Of course it's conditional. It's always conditional. Oh, and snare onto FN. Doesn't have a BKB or anything like that, just the Sange right now. Ori. Oh, beautiful vacuum into a wall. Nicely done. The Reckoning of Souls is going to do a lot of damage on the sideline. FN stuck on the other side of the cliff. Silent. We'll go down to the right clicks though, and that is a big kill. There's the song. Ori. BKB is now dissipated. They're going to focus on Dragon Knight, and you have to think he's going to be dead here. Here comes a crush. Ice Path is there, though, and Ori, looking to clean up this DK, finally does so. the 1 for 3, and Vici Gaming are absolutely dominating this game right now. Ghost Stick, one more Wraith Fire Blast, couple raises, and that's a triple kill for Ori. Still 4 minutes to go on this Aegis.
I don't think Empire knew Dragon or the Shadow Fiend had BKB there. That was the reveal, right? Pretty sure that was a fresh BKB that he just got.
Yes.
They might not have had vision of. That fight could have been so good for Empire if Shadow Fiend didn't have instantly BKB Requims. They have to disengage. They can't fight into that. He has the high ground. He gets a Requiem off, and that ruins their entire combo, which was looking really good at the time. No BKB on Shadow Fiend there. That could have been just them coming back into the game instead of getting destroyed again.
So what does Empire need to do to get back in this? Because you have a DK that's going S and Y. I mean, not the most unusual pickup by any means, but do you feel like he has to get a BKB this? I mean, you have Ensnare that goes through. That's been kind of the biggest annoyance for him, honestly.
I think he has to get it. Go in some way. It's gonna be too late. His BKB that he will need after will almost when the game is over.
Yeah.
Unless he goes right now. That Yasha is gonna.
Okay, aside from items though, what is there anything that they can improve on then?
You smoke and look for a fight. I don't think you expect to come back to just farming. I think you have to try to get an element of surprise going your way. See if you can have Luna push out this lane top, group up this 4 somewhere, get a smoke going.
Maybe capitalize on the fact that Song of Siren's on cooldown right now.
For example, they also know Requiem's on cooldown. They actually didn't use their clip.
Ghost Stick is dead. He's just dead.
The initiative going the other way. This game is literally, the way it looks to me, Empire made 1 or 2 good attempts in the early game. Apart from that, Vici Gaming is making every single move. They're just constantly on the hunt, looking for plays, playing to the advantage of their Shadow Fiend being this ridiculously strong, just playing around Ori very nice. And
Paparazzi
can't keep up with the pace.
He's only 400 away from picking up Radiance, and that's when Wraith King becomes extremely scary, as if he's not already. Theory wants to itemize after the fact, go for something like an AC, could literally just go Blade Mail, hang things up if you really want to. Gonna have some PP support. Ori, he's gonna get crushed, the counter initiation. See if Silent wants to expend anything, that's the Aegis. Very easy takedown for them.
Stun off here.
Nice ice path. It might cost him his life. Nope, able to TP out just in time.
Alright, but the Aegis is something. But they did expend Dragon Form.
Technically speaking, they can kill Shadow Fiend quite fast. If they can just get that initial crush, they'll probably burst him out pretty fast before he gets that BK.
It's just hard because he has 2 defensive supports, right? In a way. Abaddon's not a support, but you know what I mean. He's going to cover him with a Photic Shield. They have Song of the Siren. If you try to jump the Shadow Fiend and his team is next to him, you're not killing him. Their line of action. Not anymore.
Oh, I forgot to mention Ags as part of that build.
On
Spellcaster. Yeah, so good. Great. The standard. Although we haven't really seen the... What do we need after this? It would be the refresher, I think. Yule, Ghost Stick. And we have so many answers for this Darkseer. He has to use Wall, but...
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, he did use Wall, is what I meant to say. And that's a big cooldown. That's 90 seconds. Of course, that's one thing that... Anytime you have a Darkseer, you're like, alright, we're behind, but at least we can take advantage of being behind a bit by making the wall a little bit stronger. As the skeletons come out and die instantly. Oh, skeletons.
That's not how I use the boys.
this tier 3 tower takes some damage. What is Shadow Fiend that's going, by the way?
This is the downside for Shadow Fiend with this build, right? He doesn't push as fast.
Yeah.
Didn't go for the Aura talent. He went for this is not the quickest ever. Backdoor's gonna again. I think it was the Slardar who cut the mid-wave, so they can't get any more than this. Thirds of the tower, decent. But in all of this time, Luna was farming. She actually didn't gain that much.
She's working towards a BKB. Pretty close to finishing that. Is that their timing? The BKB? I mean, what is DK? Is he switching it up? No, he actually finished the S line, so... I'm guessing their timing is BKB on both heroes, where they can try to do something.
Yeah, BKB on Dragon Knight is a few minutes away, probably 4 minutes more likely. I don't think they can wait. Something needs to. They managed to pull back a bit of the disadvantage they were in, but if they don't make the move, like here's the problem. I don't feel like Empire has to make a move because their late game is worse or anything like that. I think they have to make a move because if they don't, Vici will. And they're going to get caught, and they're going to get gummed. And their counterplay is not strong enough because of this Naga.
Oh, boy. Oh my
like that is gonna
goodness gracious. That must have felt so good as Maposhka will be next on the list. Ori with a double kill. it feels so good to just kill them with one spell, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a mid and it's a tanky hero. SNY didn't save his life this time, so maybe next.
Oh, had a BKB, he would have lived.
Dire's middle tower.
Unless that was
In
a frame
theory.
perfect.
In theory.
Frame perfect requiem.
If you're correct, yes. They've been using a lot of disables on these creeps, making sure that they will not have any centaurs to work with.
This is really good play
pulling the
from
wave.
Yoku, by the way. He has to do this good stuff. He brought the mid wave all the way to top.
Right.
Oh, this one melee creeps is fronting back, but they
Time to
already
push
have
top lane now. We got a huge wave, guys. Oh, never mind.
boys.
He's had the same AI and pathing as skeleton, but they can never be turned to the other side. It's like they have an allegiance to that lane. They just won't stay there.
Yeah.
You know? Love to hear the lore behind that. Why do you get dedicated to this lane?
I am a middle
and not
guy.
top? You are? You're a middle. Sounds like he'd be on top.
Like all the butt guys go bottom lane.
So what's middle exactly? Belly button?
I don't know if you like both, I guess.
That's true. Yep, Yoki company are smoked right now. Young 11 is available for the kill, but he's level 16.
Not
has
the
his
ideal target
ultimate,
at all.
And there's a shrine there, so this is not a good engagement for Empire in all likelihood. He already popped his ulti, did Young 11 though. And here we go, the big backing wall onto 3 heroes. Pretty nicely done. DK though is taking so much damage from his Wraith King. And that Radiance is just going to tick him down. He breathes fire and then dies instantly. Yules, there, here comes the Eclipse. BKB popped by Silent, but not going to be doing that much. It's just the Wraith King with his ultimate still active. And Ori and company will be able to take out this Luna, so it's a 2-for-1. The only hero lost for Vici is the lowly Crystal Maiden. So I believe that they'll be happy with that.
I think 06 gonna die here. Good ice pump.
This
Gotta think
sense,
as Yules
there's always
again.
a sense.
He is so fast. I think he's still gonna catch up. He knows where Ghost Stick went. He will blink Yule. Here. He's dead.
Oh, I'm looking.
Oh, good surge. Time. I think he's still catching up. Like, look at the Shadow Fiend, man. It's cruising.
He is 461 move speed. One more surge available. Oh, in the blink. Ori. What a beast. He goes for the Shadow Raise damage, by the way. Absolutely. Very cool. And with that, the incremental damage, the stacking damage for Shadow Raise, it really adds up. Here comes the Macro Fire. It's going to deal a lot of damage to the creeps, but I believe these racks will be going bye-bye here very shortly. As Wraithkin's going to jump in, Wraith Fire blasts Shiro, and they just blow up that double-headed dragon. Go, Skeletons, go! FN, oh, here we go again. Oh my goodness! Oh, wasn't perfectly positioned, but luckily he has Aghanim Scepter, so it kills him on load. And that is a mid-rax at the very least, if not more. Probably the bottom as well. Dragon Knight down for 50 seconds.
I'm looking at this game and I'm just like, I'm looking forward to that sub-10 second Roshan kill.
Hey, this game was quick. That doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Hero buyback.
If they did it now, they probably get it under.
Last chance, all in. There's no Dragon Knight though.
The crush wasn't there though. The song, counter initiation, the beauty of Naga Siren. Icemat does connect on 2 though from the backside. Young 11 popped the ult. Yeah, I mean Paparazzi still. I don't
He has his ulti. I feel like they could just go in. They're 5 on 3.
see.
Bit conservative here.
Ori, HP. I mean, it's just a couple right clicks away. It'll be done. I think we're going to see a Roshan. This is my prediction. They will go back, play it safe, get Roshan under 10 seconds. Although I don't know.
They're going top.
I don't know if they can do it
game.
under. Peachy.
Uh-oh.
That Yules
Wraith King's not.
into the Wraith Fire Blast. Ice Pat's going to be there, but Landon with the ensnare and Paparazzi. He does deal damage. He has the Blade Man now, by the way. And this tier 3 tower taking considerable damage. As there's the Eclipse. It's not going to do a whole lot. As Young 11 is going to use it to heal himself to full HP. Paparazzi, finally that ult goes off. He will be back though, gets off the slow FN. Trying to do as much damage as he can, but it's just too little farm at this point. 21,000 net worth lead.
Oh my god,
Ori,
Oh,
Yules
that was
blink,
so good.
and Spirit Vessel bringing back a healthy amount. Paparazzi though, he's getting quite low. They know he doesn't have reincarnation. They need to get something out of this. Finally, triple kill for Silent here. As Lanan, Ori gets off the Requiem. It's going to heal him quite a bit. Or maybe not, just going to get kills. And the lone survivor of this is Lan M.
All right, here comes Lanham.
Let's see how much damage he can do.
There was a Skelly Boy as well, but that one died.
Yeah, of course, they don't follow anybody's orders. They have a mind of their own.
Yeah, it kind of has to buy it on.
Dire's middle tower.
Will he go for this tower?
was a
Will you commit?
Fight from Empire, actually. All things considered.
Yes. I mean,
It was the best chance they had this, or the best fight they had all game, and they eclipsed pretty much nothing. They
So-
healed the Abaddon with Eclipse, and that's what it did, but the rest of the spells were combined nicely. They were fighting together, had a good position. There was 1 or 2 key cooldowns as well from each gaming there.
we're going to see Roshan, but I mean, there's no way. It's literally on the way to that lane.
Yeah.
If they don't go for Roshan, then they're obviously doing it to spite me.
Yes.
Yes.
I would risk the game.
Is that risk the game?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Vici Gaming goes. They want to play it really safe. They can get them. Because what they could just do right now is Wraith King can buy an item and just go in.
Yeah.
He could get a BKB now. There's no way he dies twice in BKB, or he can go for this AC that he's finishing.
Yeah, he wants to go for this Roshan kill fast, so maybe they wait for that AC, then they can take the sub 10 second Roshan.
Could be.
Because I don't think they actually take it in 10 seconds.
No,
right now, I'm
they
not
don't.
gonna lie.
I know.
I said
I know
technically-
because you told me they would.
No, technically I
So I
said
know
the
they won't.
third Roshan they'd be able to do it. They're not there yet.
That's not what you said.
I did. All right, we have
They're like
instant
changing
replay
the
of this.
rules.
I said at some point this game,
At some point this game, okay, so
Okay.
if the game ends,
I
it
didn't know it was
doesn't
going to
happen.
end in 30 minutes. I mean, come on. Oh, wait, what? Are we timing this?
We're doing Roche. It's been like 10 seconds already.
It's been like 2 seconds so far.
10.
We got 3.
Like,
All right.
I'll give you.
Alright.
Not that bad.
So
It's been
this
like
is-
20. 15, 20.
Let's say 17 seconds.
Yeah, I'm done with
All
17.
right. So Roshan 3, even though he gets stronger, I feel like by that point, it's up 10 seconds.
Depends what item Shadowfiend.
I think with the AC, that would have... He has it in his backpack. If he had that, it would have been 10 seconds.
I just bought it.
Damn you.
This game is about to come to its
Oh,
end.
I like
unless
this, by the
Empire
way.
pull off a miracle fight here.
Yeah. I mean, Abaddon with the Aegis is great, though.
BKB is still on Dragon Knight. That was my concern, right? He's not even going to get it before the game ends. It's... Playing Dragon Knight against this lineup without BKB is really... I think this Sanjin Yasha pickup, he's going to regret. I don't know if the BKB would have won them the game, but I think it would have given them a better fighting.
Dire's
Getting
top
screwed over.
shrine is
But,
under attack.
You know, it just sucks playing against Naga. That's the problem. Like, you buy BKB, you can get ensnared, and you can sing, and you can just kill him with rank clicks. And if you don't buy BKB, you're just getting controlled anyway by all of the other spells.
Naga's great. I've seen it twice this tournament so far. Stream at least. Paparazzi's gonna jump in. There's the dragon form from FN. Paparazzi, a big, beautiful wall and back into the Eclipse. This is as much damage as you can possibly do from Empire. DK is dead though at the end of the day after that huge combo. He's already used dragon form. If he buys back, it's not gonna be of much use.
2,700 health hero. He was like 80%.
Oh
or
my
just
god,
health
Ori. Jeez, he just jumps in and double raises somebody. Silent. Oh, that's not the 4-step we were looking for. GG's come out. So Empire will be 4th place in this group. And the next match will be Vici Gaming versus Secret. And the loser of that will be 3rd, which means Secret will be able to choose between those 2 respective teams. 2nd place basically ensures that you cannot be picked by 1st place. What did I say?
Mineski, you said Secret will choose. Secret can't choose.
I thought I
though.
said Mineski would... Oh.
Secret will
I don't know
choose
what I said.
between the other group. So Pain or...
Yes.